Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how I make this flower. It is template number 16. I'm going to make it in a red color. This is more of a burgundy or maroon. I like to call it mulberry color, and I really like this, but I want to make it in red. And so I'm going to put these off to the side here, and what you'll need is a 5-inch hexagon and then 3 sets of petals. So I have one in 4-inch wide, 4.5-inch wide, and then a 5-inch wide. Then you just need a pair of scissors, and I have the center already made, and a glue gun with glue sticks. So I'm going to put this here. And to start, I just need to prep my petals. For this flower, I like to use it more of a filler flower. I call it filler because it's round, the petals are not, they sort of blend in together, and I like to stick these in between other bigger flowers to fill up the space that sometimes gets in between, so that's why I call it a filler flower. But on its own, it's still a really pretty flower. I tend to think of it as a filler flower. If it was made bigger and if you maybe manipulated the petals a little bit, it could be a really pretty flower on its own. So I won't be curling these petals in any way. All I would do is cut a slit down the middle, just like I do for most of my flowers. And then 5-inch. And then all I need to do is just glue the petals, the flaps of the petals together. So something different that you can do with this flower is you can glue it around a circle base rather than a hexagonal base like I am, and you can overlap the petals even more to give it a different look. You can always mix and match petals too, and so I think this would be a good petal to use if you use smaller petals and use it towards the center, and then maybe use something larger on the outside, on the outer layers of the petals, I mean. Okay, that's it for the small petals. And if you haven't watched my videos before, I lay it out like this, just so that I can add a little bit of glue here on each petal, and then wait for the last petal to cool while I glue the flaps of the first petal that I put glue on. That's only because the glue is really hot, and also I find that it saves a little bit of time. I don't have to keep reaching for my glue gun. The one good thing about this flower, though, I think, is it layers very well. So I typically just add 3 layers of petals, but this one would look really nice if you added maybe 4 or 5 layers. I think with enough time, my plan is to add more videos using the same templates, just making different styles of flowers with the same templates, because there's a lot you can do with just a shape, and sometimes it just takes playing around with the petal to realize that. But that's in time. So I have all my petals prepped. I'm going to stack them together and then turn them upside down. And so this is my base. So for this one, I think I cut out a smaller base to start so that the petals can be closer together. If I had a larger base, the petals would be more spread out. So you can imagine if I just drew with my fingers a hexagon that big, you can see that they would be spread out a lot wider. But with a smaller one, you can have them so that the petals are a lot closer together. So here they're just touching, but as I get to the inner layers, they'll be overlapping, and that's exactly what I want. So just add a little bit of glue to the bottom. I tend to make this template, I tend to make the flowers really small. Again, because I see it more as a filler flower. What I did a little bit differently than what I did with the two flowers that I showed you at the start of this video is I cut the slits a lot longer, so they lay flatter. And when I'm done, I'll show you the difference in what that does in terms of the look. But you just need to glue the second layer. And then the last layer of petals. Alright, and so this is the last layer, and I could just put this flower center in the middle, and this is my template number 16 flower. Now I realize that I did something a little bit different. So if I can compare the two flowers, I cut the slit a little bit higher here so that the petals sit a little lower. But here I cut them a little bit shorter, so the whole petal I cut the slit a little bit smaller. and the petals stay more upright. And here the petals lay a little bit flatter. I like both looks. I like that this gives it more of a loose leaf on the outer petals. Kind of like in a rose when there's a lot of outer petals, it sort of starts drooping to the side. And this one's more packed in together. But these are both the same petal. You can see that it just gives a slight different look depending on how you cut it or how you glue it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.